Okay, hello dear students. So today we are going to discuss Insta question number 1 of a very high yielding topic from epidemiology. Okay? So your question for the day is, which of the following study designs is an analytical study design? Okay, so this means we are discussing, we have got an MCQ to answer from the topic of epidemiological study designs. So take 5 seconds and think what would be the answer to this question. Yes, is it a case report? Is it a RCT? Is it a field trial? Or is it a case control study design? So the correct answer to this question is, which out of these following is an analytical study design? It is case control. Now let us try to look, how is case control an analytical study design and what are the other options? What type of study designs are they? Okay, so we are discussing classification of, this is a very important topic, alright, of epidemiological study designs. Okay, now we all know what is epidemiology. It is the study of distribution, determinants and frequency of a disease, okay, and the application of that study to control that disease as a public health problem. Now, to be able to study about the distribution, determinants, frequency of a disease, we require certain study designs. Okay? So that is what comes under classification of epidemiological study designs. Now these are classified into two major types. Okay, one is observational, okay, and the other one is interventional. This is the major classification. Observational and interventional. Interventional, or you can also call it as experimental. Now, as the name goes, observational means you're simply observing. Okay. Experimental or intervention means you are giving certain intervention. You're doing some experiment. Alright. So that is clear to everybody. Okay. Now, next important thing. Observational study design could be of two types. Again, let's use a different color. This could be descriptive study design. Okay. Or it could be analytical study design. Okay, guys, students, is it clear to you? Descriptive means you will simply describe a disease in terms, or an event in terms of time, place and person. Alright, you are simply describing your disease. Okay. What does analytical study design mean? You are going to answer the question why and how is that disease or event occurring. Okay, so you will answer the question why. Now, what is the major difference? If your examiner asks you, what is the major difference between a descriptive and analytical study design is, in a descriptive study design, we do not have a comparison group. Okay, so in descriptive study design, we do not have a comparison group. Okay, is it clear to everybody? We do not have a comparison group. In an analytical study design, we have a comparison group. Okay, now, and what is interventional or experimental study design? In this, we are giving some intervention or some trial. So the most common examples of this is, number one, it is RCT, randomized clinical control trials or clinical trials. Other examples are vaccine trials. Okay. Other examples are preventive trials. Okay, preventive trials may you can use a vaccine. Okay, other examples are field trials. So trials are something where you're doing an intervention, you are giving something. ठीक है, आप कुछ intervention दे रहे हो. In the other category, observational, descriptive, analytical. In descriptive, you're simply describing. In analytical, you are answering the question why and how. So in analytical study design, whatever study designs we have, they have a comparison group. Now, let us try to look at one thing. Now, what is the purpose of these epidemiological study designs? Okay, they are going to help you do three things. Okay, number one, they will help you formulate a hypothesis. Okay, first I'll put it here for you. They will help you formulate a hypothesis. Okay, they will help you test a hypothesis, alright, and they will help you verify a hypothesis. Okay? So out of these, which one is helping you formulate a hypothesis, which one is helping you test a hypothesis, and which one is helping you verify a hypothesis is the question. Hypothesis kya hota hai? Any assumption which is yet to be verified. Now, suppose there is a new disease event. We do not know anything about it. So, the first step is to describe that event. So, descriptive epidemiology will help me to formulate a hypothesis. Okay, why? Because it is answering the question of the disease occurrence according to time, place, and person. Okay, then next is test a hypothesis. For testing, you always require some comparison group. Okay, so your analytical study design will help me test a hypothesis. Okay, and finally, once you've tested, you need to verify it. So you have interventional or experimental trials which will help us verify the hypothesis. Alright, this much is clear to you. Now let us look at the examples which I asked you as an MCQ. Examples of descriptive study design is very simple. Case report. Okay. Case series. What is a case report? A case report is simply some unusual disease, something about a disease was found and that was reported. Case series means an aggregation of such reports is a case series. Okay. Alright. In an analytical study design, what are the examples? The most common ones, you must have heard about them also. They are case control study design, okay, cohort study design, okay, ecological study designs, okay. So these are all analytical study designs. In case control also we have a comparison group, cases control. In cohort also we have a comparison group, exposed, non-exposed. Similarly in ecological study designs, you are comparing say the dietary consumption and breast cancer, development of breast cancer among countries. Okay. Now there is one study design which is cross-sectional study design. Where to put it? In descriptive or analytical? Cross-sectional study design simply describes the disease. It's like a snapshot of a population at a given point of time. You just click a picture. There is no comparison group ideally. So ideally a cross-sectional study design should come under descriptive study design also. Some places you might find it under analytical. Plus please remember a cross-sectional study design more clearly fits into a descriptive study design. Okay? So now if we go back to our MCQ, the first Insta question of PSM, which of the following study design is an analytical study design? See, what is case report? If you go back, it is a descriptive study design. What is RCT? It is a experimental or an interventional study design because you are doing a trial over here. Okay? Then what is field trial? Similarly, it's this. What is left with us? Case control. This is an analytical study design. Okay, I hope this MCQ is clear to you. Two major type of division, observational, intervention. In observational, you have descriptive, analytical. Descriptive helps you formulate a hypothesis by answering the question of the occurrence of disease according to time, place, person. Analytical helps you answer the question why and how the disease occurred. And interventional is when we are giving a trial. So, I hope you're clear with the first Insta question of the day.